Good morning. So if you would like to take a moment to breathe and maybe even touch the earth with your bare feet with me, you could do that. My name is Kelly, DJ Cat, and I am excited for the weekend, Saturdays and Sundays when I facilitate dance. And sometimes, for me, in the morning, it's helpful to have a little bit of mindfulness activation and breath awareness, and just to tune in a little more deeply to what's happening inside me as I plan my day. I thought I would share it with you. So, one of the things that can be helpful with embodiment is to align your bones with gravity. And you know, we are always in relation to this gravitational pull and to what's holding us underneath. So if we connect through our sensations to what's holding us, whether that's a chair or your feet are underneath you, and then you feel how you are balancing your body, front, back, sides, top, bottom, even the head, one of the heaviest parts of our body, is balancing at the top. So we can notice if it's a little off center, if we tighten the jaw or facial muscles, or if we can just like a baby sort of go a little on and off balance and then just find a center and let your eyes soften there. Maybe that will feel like a moment of, there I am. That feels good. You might also move your awareness along your collarbones. So for many people, the heart center can be a contracted area, especially if we've had some heartache or some pain, and that can go way back in our history. So we might need to consciously breathe into the lungs and open up some space in your heart for yourself and for others in life, and for being present to all that is. Animals, nature, what your day ahead has for you. And this is being aware of spaciousness in the upper heart, maybe even awareness of your collarbones all the way out to where your shoulders hang down. So not just awareness of here, but awareness all the way out like a coat hanger of the collarbones, and just letting the elbows hang, awareness of the shoulder blades and your back body, letting them rest down like wings along your back. And with that same buoyancy or flow of the spine that we did with the head, you can do with the rib cage. You can go front, back, side, side, like you're a buoy in water, and then just find the center. So the center of the heart lines up with the center of the head, and it's always negotiating. The letting go of rigidity, letting go of a lot of protection that we do. And this is partly when you're letting go of that protection, recognizing that you're not being chased by the tiger, even though sometimes it feels that way. You can bring some humor in and be a little more intentional with the energy you want to carry in any situation, starting out first thing in the morning. So we've done the head, feeling where the head is. Another point of finding the head is the roof of the mouth. And there's a bone, I'm forgetting the name, maybe someone will join that will remember that bone. I think it's called the sphenoid bone. It's right at the roof of the mouth, and it looks a little bit like a spaceship. And you can think of that as like a leveler right there, so that when you're walking and you're moving, you can notice if it's a little off center. This is also the two little joints at the very top of the spine that allow you to say yes and no. Sometimes those joints can get a little bit locked up. Like if we've been stiff there, like been bracing for a lot of our life, say we have a career that has a lot of bracing, it may take a little more intention and breath work and presence and softening to allow free flow of energy into those spaces, less locking. Let's see what else comes up. So another point in the body to notice is your breastbone. And sometimes the breastbone, this can be an area where we do a lot of self-protecting or a lot of pushing, we can like push our heart out there, push ourself out there, take up a lot of space. We could also minimize and get really, really small and sort of round and close up the heart and not share at all. But there's a middle point. So if you go to the breastbone and let it hang down like a necklace, so the breastbone hangs down, and that's another bone that's shaped a little bit where they come together like a downward facing arrow. Wait, it's an upward facing arrow. It's the sacrum that's down. And you can consider through this part of the body as they're moving pieces. So there's all 12 ribs that come together with cartilage. So when you're breathing and making these micro movements and adjustments, you're shifting energy. And ideally, we start to have more access to more of our body to constantly make new adjustments. And that is recovery, recovering, coming back into being more fluid, recovering from when we've tightened. And the inside of the body of the lungs and the heart and the diaphragm can get stuck sometimes. So finding those moments where you pause and take a deep breath in and feel the movement of all of these little areas of the body, the floating rib at the bottom, freedom through the arms, including the elbow joints and all the way out your fingers. They need to have awareness and mobility. That helps release synovial fluid. And then we're just going down a little bit further into the pelvic bowl. If you take your attention down into the pelvic bowl. And attention is an interesting thing. It's not I'm there or I'm not there. It's not like black and white or yes or no. It has dimension. So we can split our attention, we can deepen our attention, and we can work with being more receptive. And that's that awareness of the body, like the body, allowing a space for the body to communicate. That's free of judging, that's in a space of receptivity. And I'm going to give one more tip here for this little morning practice. So the body likes to have these mirrors of itself. There's the sacrum that's a little bit like the breastbone. So the back of the body and the front of the body, they mirror each other. The top of the rib cage and this bone, and then the sacrum points down. So the energy moves along the bones, grounded. And then through the spine, we can ascend up. But we can also feel this pulsation of descending and ascending, curling and coiling, and that's really natural to keep energy moving. If we're always trying to be up, we've lost a lot of the natural pulsation that the body needs to move things through and digest. So allowing yourself to be heavy, to be on the earth, to move and play and explore and feel these bones, and then also to be upright and aligned. And stacking the bones will use less energy too. So you're not always using habitual tension to hold yourself upright. You're actually using physics and feeling where's the bottom bones and how do we stack it with its natural curves for shock absorption and rest in those places of alignment. And there's one more mirror muscle. There's the hip flexors and the jaw are very much alike. And so if one's tight, the other's tight. And you can go to one and relax the other, or you might feel awareness of one and then something stimulates the other one. The bottom muscles will start to come to your awareness. So a little bit of information on somatics that can help you to feel more connected to your body, as well as clear through your mind. Tonight, I'm going to be facilitating contact improv, and I want to say that, we do a lot of these somatics for about 30 minutes or more in contact improv. And tonight we're going to do some authentic relating as well as authentic movement. We'll do a little bit of contact, open it up for a jam, and it's a small group. It's a perfect time to do self-healing work. You don't have to touch another. It's your first place of connecting is the earth and yourself. And that's what you could do the whole time. It could be just a solo dance, just being with yourself. And then if and when you feel drawn to connect either with eyes, with the bias, the feet, the kinesphere around your body, you can connect around the space, maybe another body, leaning back to back, or a hand to hand, or a head to a rib cage. This practice is not about relational touching or sensual touching. It is sensual in that we feel it through our senses. We can smell when someone's close by, not aside from whether they've taken a shower or not. There are smells to being human that actually can be comforting to the nervous system, to just be close to bodies. And for some people, it can be repulsive, or like, I don't want to smell anyone, don't want to connect to anyone. And that's something also to look at. The more we separate and go into aloneness, the less health we have. So we might need to push our own boundaries of connection and find what is a new safe space today in this moment. And that will be different every single time. How we touch, how long we touch, who we touch, when we push our own boundaries, when we say, no, I just need self-care, but I'm still in a group. Like, all of those needs can be served in contact improv. So that's from 5 to 6:30 tonight. It's by donation, $10, $15, see what works for you. Then we have ecstatic dance tonight. I think we have a meditation at 6:30, and I may do the Hanuman Chalisa and bring my harmonium in. We'll see if I can get it packed. Hanuman Chalisa is about all of these Sanskrit words that are about remembering God, remembering your connection to God. And that's what I like to dance with, that energy. But everyone's different. You dance with whatever you want to dance. Your intention is your own. So I open at 7 with guidelines for our dance, which are standard guidelines done around the world in all ecstatic dances. And I'm a mama bear, so they are, I do my best to make sure we follow them. And I'm watching, witnessing from a place of love that we come together to dance. And we come together to be in community and to also show up with presence as best as we can. And it's amazing. The community is really, really, really amazing. It's a really safe space to heal, to explore, to grow, to try new things. After I share the guidelines, tonight I'm going to be guiding us with a little more guidance through the whole thing. I haven't done that before. It's kind of unconventional, not done in most ecstatic dances. Going out on a limb tonight, I had a request for guiding us through the archetypes. So these are the 12 archetypes Carl Jung had came up from studying human behavior and studying the ego, the soul, the sense of self, and our needs, our like under the surface unconscious needs, and how they show up in archetypes. So I will guide us through them based on Gabriel Roth's work, where she connected similar archetypes to the musical cycles. So that will be fun. We'll play, and it will open up the dance and open up your body and your energy. And after that, we're going to have another workshop on them. It's online only. I'm going to, through 2025, offer workshops at least once a month online and probably twice a month on site. But the one coming up online is on Tuesday, January 7th at 11 till 1 p.m. And it's through Zoom, and I'll guide us through the music, and we'll go in detail, a little more in detail. It's an introduction to get to know these archetypes better within yourself. So you'll come away with some tools and some experiences of which archetypes might be most beneficial for you to move energy, where you might feel some stuckness in your energy field, and how you are showing up in the world, that you have some choices. And it will be playful, it'll be recorded, so if you can't show up the day of the workshop, you can get the recording. So I'm very excited about that. Both of that, tonight leading as well as that workshop. And then just like peanut butter and jelly, the dance tonight, the container is held through the whole weekend. And so you go home, you dance, and then you go home and sleep, and you wake up and you dance again. And that container's right there, it's still held energetically. So you get to go, you just like scratch off the surface, have some awarenesses, go to sleep, which sleeps after dances are different. They kind of open up a field that you can dream and notice what you're dreaming, that field of awareness. And then when you wake up, come on back in and dance again. And morning dances on Sundays have a really beautiful feel of light. And you go a little deeper. You know, you kind of like reap what's under, after you clear this stuff out, what's under there that you can bring into your day. What vibration and energy can you tune into and call on and become aware of and learn from for your day. So the weekend, one more thing to share with you too is that on New Year's Day, we have another workshop. I've done vision workshops for 13 years or more, I think more than that. Workshops on how we develop goals and vision and how that shows up through dance. It'll be a container where we'll do a little bit of journaling, we'll do a little bit of movement, letting go to create space for what we want to create in 2025. And it will be a dance of conjuring that alive, the sensation of that alive. It will be fun. And that's all of these are online and on site at Soul Studios, all except for the one online workshop on January 7th. So that's your update. Thank you for watching. And if you want to take a moment with me to sense into your back of the shoulders, back of the ribs, and then just balance on your sit bones for a moment, just as if they were little feet if you're sitting in a chair, and see if you can find 50-50 in your sit bones. So 50% on the right, 50% on the left. And then take your hands, wrap them around your heart, and give yourself an affirmation of something that feels like it's soothing for you today. All right. Have a wonderful day. I hope to see you on the dance floor. Feel free to post questions about anything I shared here, or if you would like more information, just reach out to me in a private message. Have a great day.